back at Wisconsin Dells High School as the large crowd is starting to walk away. Still talking about this game. 27-25. Chiefs came this close to a major upset tonight. Fell a little short at the end. Boy, an exciting final 4 or 5 minutes of the game, Bob. But it goes 4-0 as Westfield remains undefeated in the conference, 5-0. Let's take a look at the Local Point's turning point of the game tonight. And the all-new Local Point has a delicious Friday night fish fry, Saturday steak, made from scratch breakfast. Everything they make out there is just really good. They're at the, if you remember, if you haven't been at the old Aces Supper Club on Highway 12 and 16, just a few minutes from where we're sitting right now. Great food, great fun. Bobby, turning point.
Well, unfortunately for the Chiefs, the turning point ends up being one of those things you're not going to want to watch back on Dells TV or our YouTube channel. But in a game that nobody really scored in the second half for the longest time, Westfield was content to walk out of here with a 20-17 win and run off basically the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. But the Chiefs made it a game. We hit some threes. We had back-to-back charging calls down here. First one was when it was a 22-22 game. Then our very next possession, we did it again. That ended up really being the turning point. We put Westfield on the line. They made a couple of free throws, and
no question whatsoever. On the offensive line, didn't even get a chance to put the basket up, and we needed a shot at both times, and we'll make that the turning point of the game. Also, time to name the Shields Hot Hand of the game. Stay warm this winter with a new fireplace or wood stove from Shields Fireside Hearth and Home on Highway 12 in Baraboo. Check out their specials at shieldsfireside.com.
Again, not an easy choice. Abby Delmore for the Chiefs finished with 9 points, and she made back-to-back threes down the stretch there.
Really interesting.
But the girl who was consistent throughout the game came in averaging 19 points a game, so it's ironic that we're going to recognize her as the hot hand of the game when she only finished with 10. But the fact that Westfield was content to play the slow style and not go for the points, her 5 baskets paced out over the game. Yeah. They were all big baskets, and they all look great.
Yeah, Katie Raymond is a great player.
The real deal.
I agree with you, Bob. I'd be interested to see what college
Actually, there's 3 or 4 girls on this team that are the real deal.
But Raymond, you can see, has some of that physical stuff that just is God-given. But so Katie Raymond for Westfield gets the Shields hot hand.
And I would have liked to have seen Mills play more. Foul trouble put her on the bench for most of the second half.
It really did.
She looks just as athletic as the Raymond girl.
And now we come to Kentucky Ford Mercury's built Ford tough workhorse of the game. Kind of is a broken record, but the way she plays the game, and even though she had to sit out the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds, we kind of talked about it a little bit. A lot of players played hard tonight. Tess Myklebust was all over the court here tonight. Westfield had some players that were battling constantly. It was one of those really head-to-head hard ball games that everybody who plays is emotionally drained and physically drained after you play this kind of game. And you think about those games for a long time. What if I would have done this? What if I would have done that? But Miss Conroy,
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
She gets the hat trick, and we talked about it. She picks up that 4th foul on the very first defensive position down here. She's all over Westfield looking for the rebound. I'm thinking, back off a little bit, Heather. And then on our next possession, trailing Raymond to the basket, and that was it. So she never backed off. I mean, we needed her down the stretch. We would have loved to have her. But the other thing that I really liked was the emotion she showed afterwards. I mean, that's how much it means to these kids to have come in here tonight and to have beat Westfield. I mean, anytime you see a girl get an emotional like that.
And anybody who's ever played in any game like that where you're really going for the upset, in particular against a conference rival like that, you just give it your all. And the entire team did well coached tonight. Monty had a great game plan. But Heather Conroy,
once again,
Kentucky Ford Mercury's built Ford tough workhorse of the game. Let's take a quick look at the scoring here tonight before we head out of here. Megan Hess had 5 for Westfield. Katie Raymond, we talked about it, big baskets. She ended up with 10 tonight. Asher Fensky, 2 huge free throws for them down the stretch. She had 6 tonight. Hannah Mills, who was plagued with fouls all night long. Made a couple from the free throw line when it counted too, and she ended up with 6 points tonight. For the Chiefs, 9 points. Abby Delmore, a couple of huge threes. Heather Conroy had 6 tonight. Cassie Stowers had a big three. They got everybody off or not big three, but right inside the three-point line. Coming back after being injured, Cassie had 3 tonight. And Tess Myklebust had the huge three over there at the baseline to tie it up. She had 5. And Shannon Gvinsky made a couple of free throws tonight, so she had 2 points for the Chiefs. Final score once again from Wisconsin.
And the other thing, the Sylvan Learning Center down there in Baraboo, of course, each and every broadcast sponsors a play of the game. And we're going to make that Tess Myklebust's three-pointer from the corner down here on the Chiefs' side. We had just hit the possession before to make it a three-point game, and Tess nailed it to tie it up at 22. Unfortunately, it didn't finish good for the Chiefs, but big play and such. It's a Sylvan play of the game. So
everybody in the world can see Tess in the Sylvan play of the game. And again, from Wisconsin Dells, final score: Westfield 27, Chiefs 25, and a great game here. For Bob Blaschke, I'm Bob Van Gendren. Join us next time for Chiefs basketball on DellsTV.com. We will leave you with the Supreme Awards of Baraboo's Honor Roll.